Hey guys, I'm Coach Jordan, and I'm bringing you your next in-home workout from Anytime Fitness. This one, we've got a really cool one for you today where we can use some creative household items for you. And this one was actually brought to us, or sent to us rather, by an Anytime Fitness down in Byron, Minnesota. So shout out to the coaches that sent us this really cool workout for you guys. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so let's get to this really cool workout that was sent to us. Now, we're going to be using some sliders here today for this 15-minute workout. It's going to be focused a lot on core. Now, we've got the sliders because we're on the purple turf, but you guys at home that are following along, you can use some really cool items like a paper plate if you've got like a carpeted style surface that you're working on, or we've got towels if you've got a harder surface such as tile or hardwood. So you can use those items, and it'll work just as well as sliders if you don't have those. All right, guys, so the workout that we have for you today is going to be 15 minutes in length. It's 10 exercises at a 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest ratio, and we're going to go through it 2 times, right? But don't worry, we're going to demonstrate these exercises for you as part of your warm-up. So follow along as we go through and do 2 or 3 of each exercise, and then we'll get into the workout itself. All right, guys, so our first exercise Louise is going to run us through is our leg curls. So what I want you guys to do is put your heel in the center piece of that sliding material, whatever it is that you have, and I want you to use your core and your hips, bring them up off the ground, and you're going to extend those heels out and then bring them in nice and controlled the entire time while keeping your core tight, just like Louise is right here. Good. All right, so then the next exercise that we have, we're going to transition, actually going to change our body, is into a pike. So with a pike, what you want to do is be in the upper plank position, high plank position rather, and put your toes in the middle of these sliders, keeping your legs nice and straight if you can, and you're going to bring them in as close to your wrist as possible. Again, keeping your core nice and tight and raising those hips off of the ground, just like Louise. Full extension. Great job, Louise. All right, great. So then the next exercise is going to be wax on and wax off. So with this one, you're going to be in that high push-up position. Your hands are now going to go in the center part of that plank. Again, keep your core nice and tight, your body nice and straight. And then you're going to take your hands, and you're just going to wax on and wax off, right? Karate Kid style, getting that floor nice and clean so you can double getting clean and getting strong at the same time, guys. All right, so after wax on, wax off, we've got a push-up reach. All right, so I'm going to step back so Louise has some room to work here. But your push-up reach, you're just going to extend one arm at a time as far as you can. It feels comfortable with that range of motion for you. And you're going to alternate arms each side. Again, it's really important. Louise has her knees down on the ground right here. That's to help keep her core nice and tight. You want to keep that stability there that entire time and keep the motion nice and tight. All right, guys, so the next movement that we have with our sliders is the mountain climber. I want your feet in the middle of the sliders again, and we're going to get in that high plank position. What you're going to do is you're going to drive one knee up at a time, up towards that same elbow, and you're going to alternate legs as you do that. Okay? Try to keep your neck nice and neutral, so you don't want to look down, you don't want to look up. You want to keep that spine nice in line. There you go. Great job, Louise. All right, and then the next movement is going to be a plank jack. So you're actually going to stay in that same high plank position. In this one, you're just taking your toes, you're moving them out as far as your hips will allow, and then back in while still keeping that core nice and straight. Notice how Louise has her body perfectly straight here the whole time. She brings them out and back in. All right, so the next exercise, guys, is our own iteration of a burpee using the sliders. So she's going to bring both feet up this time from that high plank position, bring up to her upper body is fully straight, and then right back down. So knees up, hands back down, back to full extension. Right? Remember to engage your core as you're coming in and coming out, and to keep this a nice controlled motion. Because we have the sliders, we're not going to be jumping off the ground like with a traditional burpee. Boom. All right, the next exercise, moving on, is going to be a single leg deadlift. So with this one, you can kick one of the sliders off to the side and go ahead and put one leg down as your plant foot. Now with that foot, I want a nice soft knee, so you don't want to lock your knee out. And notice how Louise is pushing her foot straight back, the one with the slider, and she's hinging from her hips, right? So her spine is nice and tight, core is in line, and then she's pushing back from her hips, not bending at the knee. You should feel a nice pull back here in the back of your hamstring and the back of your leg as you go down, right? All the way up into that glute. Great job, Louise. And then we're going to alternate onto the other side. All right, guys, so the next exercise that we're going to do is called around the cone. So with this one, we're going to go back to that high plank position that we were in before. So Louise is going to get down in that high plank. And then this time it's kind of like a wax on, wax off, except with your feet. So again, keep your core nice and tight. You want to keep your hips low, keep them from rising. And you're going to come inside and then outside that cone. So up through your midline, out to the side, and right back to that starting position, alternating legs every single time. All right? And the last exercise that we're going to do here in the warm-up is going to be your side lunge. So for this one, we're going to stand up. You're going to take one slider, and with that slider, you're going to move it directly out to the side, just like that. Beautiful job. Now, what you want to make sure you do here is keep that weight in the back of your heel, right? You don't want to be up on your toes, leaning forward. You want to make sure to sit back a little bit, but keep your core nice and tight. Keep your shoulders up, just like that, and bring it out as far as you can, just like that. Beautiful. All right, guys, so that's the end of our warm-up. So go ahead and grab some water, get yourself in place, and get ready to go, because we're running through this 2 times, 30 seconds each, with 15 seconds of rest in between. All right, so now that we got our water and we're in place, we're ready to get started with our workout. So go ahead and get down on the ground, get ready for those leg curls. We've got your heels right in the center, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Now remember, keep this nice and controlled. You're going for 30 seconds, so keep your hips up off the ground, just like that. Great job. Great. Don't forget to breathe. It's really easy when we engage our core to forget to breathe sometimes. So make sure you're inhaling in your nose, exhaling out your mouth. Right? We're about just over halfway there. Great job. So 10 seconds left. Focus on that breathing, nice controlled motion, keeping those hips up. Excellent. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, so we have 15 seconds now. We're going to transition into our pike. So we're going to roll over, get into that high plank position, and put those toes right in the center of those sliders. We're going to start it in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, keeping those legs as straight as possible, bringing them up. Perfect. Right? You should feel that in your core. You also feel it in the back of your legs and your hamstrings as you get to the top part of this motion. Right? Again, don't forget to breathe. You're going to start to feel your shoulders are going to start to get a little bit sore as well. That's totally normal. That's fine. We got about 10 seconds left to go. Great job, Louise. Perfect. Nice and controlled. Notice she's keeping her breathing under control as well. All right, a lot of work here. 30 seconds and rest. Good. So the next one, the Karate Kid, right? Coming back to the movie style, we're going to wax on, wax off, so we're going to get some cleaning done at the same time. I love multitasking. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, going from the inside out, alternating arms all the entire time, right? A nice neutral spine. Notice how Louise is looking straight down at the ground or even a little bit in front of her. She's not tucking her chin, and she's not looking straight out ahead. What that's going to do is cause your spine to get out of alignment, and it's also going to restrict some of the oxygen flow, which we need to maximize during this workout. All right, we got about 5 seconds left. Great job. Keeping our core nice and tight, hips up. Great job. 2, 1, rest. Excellent. All right, next up is the push-up reach. So this one, we're going to fully extend that arm, open up those shoulders a little bit. You still got 5 seconds, so take a couple deep breaths. Here we go. And reaching out. Great job. Full extension, but just like Louise here, right? If you guys need a little bit more, you can go ahead and bring your knees up off the ground and go onto your toes. But I'd rather you stay in this position in order to keep good form unless you're totally ready to move on to that next one. All right? Great job. Full extension. That's what we like to see. Breathing. Neutral spine. Great job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Great job. So next up is the mountain climbers. So we're going to transition these sliders to the center part of our foot or to our toe. 5 seconds. And you're going to be bringing each knee up to that elbow. Now this is 30 seconds of work, so pace yourself accordingly. If you need a little bit more cardio, this is a really good time to start driving those knees up a little bit faster, just like Louise is. Okay, what I want you to focus in on here is keeping your hips nice and low. By hiking your hips up, you're not going to get as good of a core workout, and it throws off the integrity of the exercise. But if you want to speed it up, get some cardio. I know Louise likes to run, so she's all about that cardio. All right, 5 seconds left. Good job. Just nice and controlled. 2, 1, and rest. All right, now the sliders can stay in the same spot. We're going to go to plank jacks next. So that same high plank position, but this is where we move our toes out and in, staying in contact with the slider the entire time. Good. Just like that. Now this one's going to help open up the hips a little bit. All right, it's going to test the core because you're throwing off some stability. It's constant movement, nice and controlled, just like that. Great job. Notice how, again, with this exercise, it's really important to keep your hips low and your core nice and tight. If not, you start to lose that integrity. It starts to put a lot of pressure on your lower back. All right, so keep it nice and in line, just like that, bringing those toes in all the way together. Great job. 2, 1, and rest. All right, next up is our variation of the burpee. All right, so the slider burpee is just like a normal one, except for we're not jumping at the top. You're going to keep your toes on the slider the entire time. And begin. Just like that, full extension up at the top. Notice how she's standing straight up in the air when she comes up. And as she goes down, she brings those feet all the way back, full extension into that high plank. Great job. Now, likely you're starting to get a little bit winded at this point in your workout. So again, I want to bring that attention to your breathing. As you come up, nice deep breath right before you go back down. Establish that posture again. Get that diaphragm engaged. 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice job. All right, next up, single leg deadlift. All right, so we're going to kick off one of those sliders to the side. Take one leg, and you're going to keep that planted the entire time. A nice soft knee on this one. All right, and begin. Good. So what I mean by nice soft knee, guys, I don't want you to lock your knee out like this and then try to bend forward. Okay, nice and soft, but you're hinging from the hip. So it's not a squat by any means. You're just hinging at the hip, just like Louise is here, and pushing that leg straight back, keeping her shoulders nice and strong as well, and a nice neutral neck. 5 seconds left. Now we're going to stay on the same leg for this one. Don't worry, we'll switch in the next set. All right, and rest. 15 seconds, almost there, guys. 2 exercises left. That's it. All right, next one is around the cone. So this one, you want to set those cones up right around hip level, and begin. So again, this is like your wax on, wax off, except for you're using your feet. So inside out, and you're rotating every single time and changing which leg that you're going, right? Bring that knee up that midline and extend it out to the side. Help open those hips up a little bit, keeping them nice and low. Great job. Again, you're going to start to feel this. You're really starting to feel it in your core and your shoulders right now, but keep pushing. You got 3 seconds, 2, 1, and rest. All right, guys, almost there. We have one more exercise left, and then we get a little bit of a break. The next one is a side lunge. So again, kick off one of those sliders and put your other foot right in the center. Plant on that one side. Good. And then bring that other leg out. Great job, Louise. Notice how she's keeping her core tight again, and she's sitting back into that heel. Remember during the warm-up, we talked about that piece, right? Don't let your heel come off the ground. Actually press down into it as you sit back. Okay, keep your chest up nice and strong. And bringing that other leg out, keeping it nice and straight. Excellent job. All right, 5 seconds left. We're almost to a rest. We can do this. 2, 1, and time. Nice job. Air high five for Louise. Social distancing at its best. Let's go ahead and take a minute, grab some water, wipe off some sweat, and let's get ready for round number 2. All right, guys, welcome back. So round 1, a really good one. Nice work. We grabbed some water. We got a little bit of oxygen in us. I know you're starting to feel it a little bit already. But we've only got 1 round left to go. So with that, let's get to round number 2, and let's crush it. All right, guys, so round 2, we're going to get underway here in about 10 seconds. So go ahead and get in position, again, lying on the ground. We're on our back this time, heels in the center of that slider, and we're going to get right back into these leg curls in 2, 1, and begin. So bring those hips up off the ground, nice and controlled. Okay, I know as we start to get tired and our core starts to give out a little bit, it's easy for our hips to dip down. So this one I want you to really focus on keeping those hips up off the ground, keeping that nice straight line, and then driving those heels out and bringing them back in a nice controlled motion. We got 10 seconds left. That's it. It's the last time you got to go through this exercise. So let's push it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, so we're going to transition over into the pikes now. So flipping on over, toes are going to go in the center of our sliders this time. We still have 7 seconds to take a couple deep breaths, right? Relax just a little bit. And back in position, begin. Good. So notice how Louise is driving up really fast. She's driving her hips up towards the sky, and she's bringing her toes in towards her wrist. And then she's nice and controlled going out to that full extension, really using that core the entire time to control the movement. So I want you guys to focus on that. This last 10 seconds, you got it. All right, a couple deep breaths, get a couple more repetitions. You got 2 more. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. All right, on to the next one is wax on, wax off. So transition those sliders back up to the hands, guys. We still got 7 seconds. Couple deep breaths. Re-engage that diaphragm. There we go. 2, 1, and begin. All right. Stabilize those shoulders, going from inside out with these wax on, wax off. Again, I want to bring attention to that core and those hips. They might be dipping a little bit. Bring them up. Keep that straight line just like Louise is here. She's doing a great job. And then wax off, wax off. Over halfway there, guys. Almost done. All right. Keep breathing in through that nose, out through that mouth. Nice neutral spine. Great job. 5 seconds. That's it. Get a couple more in here. 2, 1, time. All right. Go ahead and keep those hands on those sliders because next up is the push-up reach. So shake out those shoulders a little bit. We're about to work them just a little bit more. Right? Couple more deep breaths. We're back at it in 3, 2, 1. Push-up reach. Core nice and tight. Right? On our knees is going to help us keep right where we need to be so we get that full range of motion. Louise is pushing all the way out and bringing it in nice and controlled. I want to focus on full range of motion and core engagement here. So over halfway there, we got a couple more on each side, guys. Keep pushing it out. I know those shoulders are burning, but you got this. All right? 5 seconds left. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right, 15 seconds. Shake those arms out a little bit. All right, transition those feet back to the sliders, back to the plates or the towels, whatever you guys got. We're back at it in 5 seconds with mountain climbers this time. All right, let's really ramp up that intensity. Keep that core tight. Your shoulders are going to burn on this one. You got this. All right, drive those knees up towards those elbows. Good. Keeping those hips nice and low, just like that, right? Keep cranking it out. It's only 30 seconds, guys. You can do anything for 30 seconds. Keep pushing it out. Great job. 10 seconds left. Almost done with this one already. Time's flying by. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. All right, got through those mountain climbers. Next up is our plank jacks. All right, this is really how we get our six-pack. All right, this is where it really starts to pop out. Summer is coming at some point. We got to get ready for it. So feet on those sliders, back in that upper plank. 2, 1, and begin. There we go. Great job. Keeping those hips nice in line. Okay, now this is where we start to get tired. We start to tuck that chin again, right? Remember to keep that chin up. Nice neutral spine, all right? You don't need to look out straight in front of you, but look down towards the ground, all right? Keep that airway open. 10 seconds left, and keep those feet constantly moving. There we go, working those hips, that core, those shoulders again. Boulder shoulders. 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right, keep those feet right on those sliders. We're going to go into burpees in 10 seconds. All right, take these 15-second break, guys. Nice deep breaths. Reestablish that posture. 3, 2, 1, and burpees. Let's go. There we go. Full extension at the top and at the bottom. Nice and controlled. Great job. Focusing on those deep breaths. Excellent. All right, burpees. I know it's everybody's favorite exercise, so I'd love to give you bonus time, but you only get 30 seconds here. All right, so maximize the 30 seconds. We got 10 left. Right, 10 seconds left. That's it. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Almost there. 3 exercises left, guys. We're almost done. All right, 10 seconds left before we go into our single leg deadlift. Kick that slider off to the side. We've got 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're working the opposite leg that we worked the first time around. So we switch that slider. Nice job. Really want to feel that pull in the back of the hamstring and up here in your glute, right? So use that hip hinge. Go down until you really feel that pull nice and deep, and then bring it back up nice and controlled, keeping those shoulders back, all right? Almost as if you're pinching a roll of toilet paper right between your shoulder blades, all right? 5 seconds left. Protect that toilet paper. Work those hamstrings. 2, 1, and rest. Good. Next up, around the cone. So again, this is that wax on, wax off, but with our feet. So get those cones set. Sliders back on the feet. High plank. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Nice and controlled. All right, these are the last 2 exercises, guys. We've got around the cone and we've got side lunges left. So don't give up. Keep pushing it out. 30 seconds each. We're halfway there. We're halfway through this one already. Okay, keep your core nice and low. Let those shoulders burn. Let the core burn. It's good for you. All right, this is what we signed up for. 5 seconds left. Keep pushing. A couple more each side. 3, 2, 1, and time. Last exercise. Here we go. Louise, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Side lunge, switching it out. Kick that slider, plate. Kick the towel off to the side. All right. Side lunges, 30 seconds left, guys. Let's see what we got. 2, 1, and go. Good. So that leg that's stable, right? The one that's not on the sliding piece of material. Keep that weight in that heel. Sit back into this, keeping your shoulders nice and strong. Louise has her hands up here, right in the centerpiece of her chest. She's got her elbows pushed to the side, which keeps her shoulders nice and tight, keeps her core in line, which is really, really great. 7 seconds, that's it. We're almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice job. High five, Louise. Great job. Another social distancing high five. We survived 2 rounds, all right? Great job, guys. Grab some water. Wipe off that sweat. Thanks, guys, for joining us. We had an awesome core workout with you today with the sliders. Really creative, lots of fun. I hope your core and your shoulders are really lit up, right? That was the goal of the whole thing. So we'll see you again tomorrow at 8:30 Central Time. Take care, guys.